Picture this. You're standing in front of her, the one you'd do anything for. You reply first. You show up. You're honest, open, available. But the more you give, the colder her eyes become. You can feel her slipping away. Not physically, but mentally. Her attention fades. Your presence loses its gravity. And you ask yourself, why do women gravitate toward those who don't need them? The answer hurts because it's simple. The mind doesn't care about fairness. It only cares about instinct. This isn't about cold men. It's about energy. The silent, invisible kind that the brain detects instantly. You can say all the right words. But if there's anxiety behind them, she'll feel it. Neediness isn't spoken. It vibrates. It leaks through your pauses, your breath, your tone. When you place her at the center of your universe, you vanish from your own. You stop being a mystery. You stop being a choice. You become a guarantee. And guarantees kill attraction. Psychology of desire. Want lives in uncertainty. Once everything is known, the mind shuts off dopamine. Emotion dies. You became too predictable. Too safe. Now she seeks energy elsewhere. Where there's contrast. Where there's risk. Where there's no dependency. The paradox of attraction. The brain links confidence. Not to the one who loves harder, but to the one who can live without love. It's ancient. Deeper than words or logic. The psychology of value. If you need, you drop in rank. If you choose, you become rare. And rarity is magnetic. Availability kills mystery. You can be kind. You can be attentive. But if your kindness is a strategy to hold her, it becomes weakness. True strength begins where fear of loss ends. Because you can only lose what you cling to. And if you don't cling, you're free. And freedom is magnetic. You're not attached to reactions. You're not begging for validation. You're not waiting for a reply. You simply are. And in that stillness, there's power. Women sense that energy instantly. On a chemical level. She doesn't understand why she's drawn to you. She just feels it. The steadiness, the mystery, the calm. You can be passionate, but not consumed. You can be caring, but not dependent. You can love her deeply, yet remain your own center of gravity. That's the energy of confidence. It doesn't beg. It doesn't chase. It simply exists. Your silence speaks louder than her tests. Your stillness carries more weight than your words. The psychology of the brain is simple. We're drawn to strength, to unpredictability, to those who are their own anchor. When you don't need, you become a mirror. And in that mirror, she sees what she's missing. Peace. She's drawn to that peace. Because it's rare. Because it's steady. Because it doesn't flinch when tested. You don't react. You observe. And that both scares her and attracts her. She can't control you. And that's the root of attraction. Women don't fall for players. They fall for men who don't lose their center. Men who can be close, but never disappear into someone else. Because her mind isn't searching for chaos. It's searching for structure. For emotional gravity. If you're chaos, she can't trust you with her vulnerability. But if you're calm, grounded, and not addicted to validation, she feels it. And her brain quietly says, this one is safe. He's stable. He won't lose himself for me. That's why she's drawn in. Not because you're distant, but because you're whole. It's the energy of choice. You choose to be yourself. Not for her approval, but for your truth. And that truth makes you magnetic. Because she begins to seek the one who doesn't seek her. Where attention must be earned. Where words can't buy respect. And that's where attraction turns into admiration. Admiration, the foundation of desire that lasts after passion fades. So stop chasing. Stop explaining. Let her feel your calm. Let her meet your silence. Let her realize that you don't need. You choose. That's real confidence. That's psychological strength. Not loud. Not aggressive. But quiet. Grounded. Unshakable. Power isn't about proving. It's about not needing to. And that's when attraction deepens. Not through looks. Not through games. But through state. Women don't chase happiness. They chase stability in a chaotic world. Mind. Psychology. Emotion. They all bend to one truth. The one who's at peace with himself. Creates storm in others. You can be light, but never beg to be seen. You can be kind, but never desperate to be understood. You can love, but never dissolve. Because love isn't about need. It's about abundance. And when your mind finally grasps this, you'll stop fearing loss. And that's the exact moment she begins fearing losing you. Such is the law of inner strength. The one who doesn't need creates desire. Let her feel your calm presence. Let her wonder where your focus lies. Because when the world shakes, you remain the center. That's what pulls her in. Not words. Not gestures. Energy. Because fear is dependence. And freedom is power. Women gravitate toward those who don't need them. Because those men feel eternal. Stillness. Wholeness. Strength. You don't have to be needed. You just have to be real. Let your mind be an anchor. Not a prison. Let your silence speak for you. And if one day she asks, "Why can't I stop thinking about you?" you'll simply smile. Because you already know the answer. You never tried to be needed. You just were yourself. And that is the true dark psychology of attraction.